All right, I don't want to waste your time, so I want to get into the two things that I want to talk about, and that's the executive orders that Trump signed today. All right, now if this is not your piece of content, you can keep on scrolling, go ahead and about your day. However, you need to hear this. This is especially for the lower half, my people, the poor people, the people that were homeless, the people that are trying to get by. This is for us because we need to pay special attention to this. So the executive order to literally get rid of cashless bail means that essentially, no matter what crime you do in DC at this moment in time, that you can be detained in jail and not be able to post bail. There's no way that you can buy yourself out of jail, even though this man has bought himself out of jail multiple times. But we're not going to touch on that, okay? Now, here's the small things that literally can have you imprisoned in DC right now. Shoplifting, disorderly conduct, simple assault, and I'm not talking about like a fist flying to somebody's face. I'm talking about spitting, or even more recent, throwing a sandwich. Okay? Now, why does this matter? So he's already trying to involuntarily commit people who have mental health issues, right? He's also trying to involuntarily commit the homeless people. If they do not want to seek shelter, then they have to go either, if they do not want to seek shelter at that point in time, they can literally arrest the person. It's because it can be considered trespassing, or the case may be, especially if it's in a public place, which, don't get me wrong, the judge will overturn, but that person is still going to probably spend a weekend in jail. Let's be honest about that. Now, let's talk about people who are actually working out there and trying to get by day, and they may get caught up in one of these infractions. A day missed of work, especially in this economy now, is essentially a death sentence. A very slow death sentence. Also, on top of that, having these things on your record and being in jail for that long, and then you come back to work and say, well, sorry, I was in jail for a few days. Well, now you're fired. Because having any kind of a record affects your employment, it affects your housing status, because a lot of people, a lot of places, especially if you want to get a good apartment, will ask you, do you have a felony? Which I think is kind of weird, to be quite honest. Because a lot of people who have a lot of money nowadays, like they've been able to buy out their felonies. Like there's multiple millionaires and billionaires who should have felonies and they don't. Okay, let's be honest about that. The second thing I want to talk about, the flag burning. The flag burning now comes with a 1-year sentence. Now, there was a case in 1989, it was Texas versus Johnson, where the Supreme Court voted in favor of Johnson, saying that it was a freedom of speech act, a political act. Now, here's the whole thing. He wanted to put this order in because he didn't want people to have incite riots. But the thing is, we're already rioting. We're already frustrated. We're already fucking angry. And then on top of that, it's like literally, it's an attack against, once again, freedom of speech. And I said this before, okay? On every social media platform out there, he is going to start going after people, especially big content creators that speak out against him, and he's going to start pegging them with fucking treason. I told you this before, and I'm telling you this again. Like, a lot of the people who think that these orders are for the good of America, like, I mean, his approval rating has dropped down to 22% for nationwide. So it's like even Republicans that were once for him are like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And thank you for coming. Welcome to the fucking party. We've been waiting for you, okay? But now it's too late. We're in this mix yet again. And it's getting to the point that people are afraid to go outside. Like, especially, I'm going to be very honest with you, middle class, poor, and homeless people are getting to the point that they're afraid to go outside. Like, unless you're rich, you don't have access to the U.S., which is garbage, because you know what? We're the ones that made it for you. Anyway, I thank you for stopping by. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you have a news article that I haven't covered, please leave a link in there so I can actually like research it and do another thing about it. And as always, please, for the love of God, be safe out there.